those of you who do not know what a KWL is, what's the K? Someone who has done a KWL, what does the K stand for? Lily.
Doesn't it stand for no?
No. So we're going to have a certain topic today. I'll write that first. And that's going to be, write this at the top. Plasma. Plasma. Make sure your P is capitalized because that is what? It's a title, right? It's a title.
Do we write KWL?
Yes, go ahead and copy this chart. Typically, the KWL has 3 columns, right? But this 2.0 has an extra column, and I'll explain to you what all of these mean. We'll get back to what they stand for once you're done. Okay, so Lily, you said what is the K?
No.
It's no. So what do you know about plasma? Before we even get into what plasma is, write it in your journals, and I'm going to ask some of you to share. What do you know about plasma? And maybe to get your mind thinking, if you want to look up here, I have brought this from home. Now, if you know what it is, don't say it. Don't say it, write it down, and then I'll ask you to share. Okay? Maybe that'll jog your memory a little bit. Okay, I'll leave it on.
Is
Right
that
here.
like your night lights?
Okay. What do you know about plasma? Okay, who wants to share? Yes, Ben.
It's a state of matter.
It's a state of matter. Okay. You don't have to write what I write. I'm just doing it so we have an idea of how this works. Connor.
It is usually very hot.
It's very hot. Hot. Aiden.
It's the hottest thing in the universe.
The hottest thing in the universe, so it's under the hot,
Not
right?
the hottest thing.
But it's really hot, like Connor said. You're right.
That's what the sun is under.
Mm-hmm. Okay, anything else that we know about plasma? Related to electricity somehow? Okay. Yes.
Isn't it related to energy?
Is that a question, or is that something you know? See, I probably shouldn't have put this because are we sure? Okay, what do you know, Lex?
Pretty sure it's a form of energy.
It's a form of energy. Are you sure?
Probably not. I mean, probably like what Ben said, the form of state
Okay.
of matter.
Okay, well, remember your questions. If you're unsure, that's going to be in our next column. Phoebe, what else do you know?
I'm pretty sure they're neon lights.
Okay, so an example of plasma is in neon lights. Very good. Does that kind of jog your memory? Anything else you know that neon or that plasma might be in? You said something about the solar system. Can you think, Aiden?
Yeah, it's in stars and stuff.
Stars. Very good. Okay, so we have all these things. Now you may have different things on your chart. Something else? Real
It's
quick?
also lightning.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I'll write that too.
So it is electricity.
Okay, lightning.
You can take the first one.
So maybe. Okay, we're going to move on to the W. Now you may have some other things, but that's fine. So we have a lot of things that we know about plasma already. Well, some of you had some questions, right? So what do you want to know about plasma? Based on maybe looking at the plasma dolphin that I brought? What do you want to know?
How can you put it in like glass and like?
How can you contain it?
Yeah.
Is that a better question?
Yeah. Yeah. How does it not melt the glass?
Okay.
'Cause, I mean, it's pretty
How
hot.
contain?
It's
I'm
what
just
the sun's
shortening it.
made
So.
out of.
Yes, Evan.
How do you form it?
How is it formed? Okay. Formed. Aiden?
How does it not melt its container? 'Cause it's
Okay.
glass. It's made out of the same thing as the sun.
Okay. Yes, Ella?
Does it involve energy?
Does it involve energy? Any other questions about plasma that you want want to know the answer to by the end of our lesson. Okay, so we know K is for no, W is for what we want to know, L is for what we learned, right? Now, anyone have any guess what the N could be? Okay, I'll tell you. It's for new. Anything new that you have learned that is not related to your questions. For example, we're going to present to you a little experiment in a minute. So that could go in your new column. What did you learn that's new aside from your questions here? So it can be anything that we talk about today. But in your learned column, you're just going to answer your questions right here. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about what should go in the new column? Yes.
Never mind, I forgot.
Yes.
I have a question to go in what do we want to know? What would happen if we took the glass off the plasma? You would die.
Okay. So I'm not going to write that. Write that in your notes. Because we can't really test that, can we? Not in the class.
Heck
Maybe in a different environment.
Yeah.
Evan.
Does it work very well as like a lamp whenever you turn off the lights?
Okay. We will try that. I'm not going to write it, but good question because we can actually test that, can't we? Okay.